Midwest Family Marketing and Media, proud to support local not-for-profits through our March 4th campaign. All month long, we're shining a spotlight on the incredible work happening in our local communities, connecting listeners with organizations that are making a real difference right here at home. And man, do we have one today. My friend Christina McGovern, the Executive Director at YSB Youth Service Bureau. My friend, how are you? Good to see you.
I'm fabulous. How are you?
Good. I'm doing just great. I obviously am very intimate with your organization, the amazing work that you do as you help fight teen homelessness. But for maybe folks that have driven by your beautiful building, have seen it and seen your great sign, they go, what does that place do? Tell us.
Yeah, we do a lot. So main focus is on providing immediate safety for teens and young adults. But we also have several other programs that are focused on families. So connecting young families, helping them get safety, stability, connected with resources. We have a drop-in center for teenagers, some who are in high school, some out of high school, that can come and get something to eat, take a shower, connect with a therapist. The building is just allowing us to be able to do so much more than we even were doing before. But we have 6 different programs, which people may not realize.
It's amazing. And that building is just phenomenal. It always amazed me what you're able to do with the resources without that building. And now with that building, literally the sky's the limit.
Yeah, it's incredible. And the community that came together to help us get this building, that's been just the most amazing thing. The support that we received to build this 22,000 square foot building, and to be able to, we've been here a year now. So now being able to do all the things we said we were going to do. And it's just remarkable.
Let's talk about the teen homelessness. Would we be surprised by the numbers? Because we don't really think about teens being homeless, right?
Correct. That's the thing that's hard with teens homelessness is you see a kid, at school, or you see a kid walking down the street or getting on a bus with a backpack. He looks like any other kid. And, these are young people who they're not living on the street. You don't see them in places where we may stereotypically, think of someone who's experiencing homelessness. Young people are generally not going to disclose that information as well. So that's why it's really important that we are constantly present in the community and saying, being present in the schools, being present, at the mall, and with all of our safe play sites in the community as well. Just that messaging that, there is help. And there are about anywhere between 1,500 and 2,000 young people between 13 and 18 who experience homelessness every single year in St. Joe County.
I know you're changing lives and actually saving lives in a lot of ways every single day. You have one story, obviously no names, but just kind of one story that just, sticks out in your mind that, man, this is why I wake up every day. This is why we're doing it.
Yeah, there's a lot, and generally in my role, right, I'm not necessarily interacting and doing all the hard work with young people. There are a couple of things that stood out. In our old facility, we had a young lady come in out of the blue and, was clearly a little distressed and, started talking a little bit. And, one of the things that I noticed was she had a lot of scarring on her arms. And this is something that happens with teenagers who are traumatized or in crisis sometimes with self-harm. And so trying to kind of, quickly assess that and like, hey, what's going on? That was very eye-opening for me, not having, that kind of background. And then just the resilience, honestly, to see a young person in who's in that kind of pain, right? To be able to give them a spot to come and interact with our team, who is just remarkable, and to hear their see the resilience that they have, their ability to forgive parents who maybe didn't do really right by them, right? And to be able to, and that's why we're here. I mean, we're intervening at this really critical time, and being a teenager is hard. I mean, it's, it can be really challenging. And then if you're a teenager whose home life is not great and who's experiencing homelessness, which in itself can cause trauma. And if we weren't here, I really don't know what a lot of these young people would do.
Yeah. What are the biggest challenges that you face at YSB? Chatting with Christina McGovern, by the way, from YSB. Obviously, I would imagine the need is growing and the resources are.
Right. Yes, although I will say, I feel, most nonprofit leaders, that's always a stress, right? Like we are filling a gap. Nonprofits in general, I think, are filling a gap for the community, right, where one doesn't exist. We are helping these teens and young adults and young families so that, the city doesn't have to intervene and help, then it's even more of a crisis. But, funding is always a challenge. And I think that, it's just up to us to tell our story. And most people, again, by, is illustrated with us getting this building done, is the community gets it, right? And they see the value in helping a young person, get that safety. And we've fared better than, a lot of folks who, you know, all different funding streams that are a challenge, right? But we're holding our own, and we're very glad that we have such amazing support.
Where do we go for more information to learn more about you and the amazing work and how to get involved, right? Because volunteers are big, and you need everything.
We can take volunteers now, which we couldn't do in our old building, so it's great.
Great.
So just visit our website, ysbsjc.org, or follow us on any of the social media channels as well.
Yeah. Final thoughts. If you want to leave our viewers and listeners with one final thought about YSB, what would that be?
Oh, wow. I think just think about when you were a teenager. Like, if you made a mistake, as we all did, right? Most of us were fortunate to have a place to fall back on. And a lot of the young people that we're working with don't have that. And so we are that kind of backup for them, and that place of safety and security, and they can have some opportunity. I mean, their potential is unlimited. They just need a little help.
And thank you for being there. Thank you for all that you do. I'm proud to not only be your friend, but to be involved with your amazing organization. And I wonder where these kids would be without you, right? That's the question that we ask all the time. And so thank goodness that you're there. Thank you again. We are so proud to share your story here as part of Lewis Family Marketing Media's March 4th campaign. Please go to the website, check out the great work YSB is doing, and find out more information about how you can get involved. My friend Christina McGovern. Have a great day. We'll see you soon, okay?
All right. Thank you. Okay.